Well, Akiva Eldar is a senior columnist with our Monitor Israel Pulse. He joins us now live from Tel Aviv. Thank you so much for your time, sir. First off, just a little bit of context. If you can give us, just explain why Israelis feel so strongly about the Golan Heights issue.
The first answer is because it's good news. The United States, a superpower, is recognizing something that became part of the Israeli life. Most of the Israelis were born into the occupation of the Golan Heights, as well as the West Bank and Gaza. You have to be, at least in my age, to remember another Israel, Israel without the Golan Heights. So for them, it's the most natural thing to do. Actually, they don't really understand why the rest of the world doesn't recognize that they go there to spend the weekend in a kibbutz or in a hotel on the Golan Heights, or they go skiing on the Hermon, and it's part of their life. The second answer is because 1/3 of the Israelis, at least according to the recent polls, support Netanyahu, and they love to see him shaking hands with President Trump, and they really believe that this is a bonus to Netanyahu, who is fighting for his political life, maybe even for his personal freedom.
Let's talk a little bit about the recent cross-border attacks from Gaza into Israel and vice versa. Netanyahu is facing criticism for not being even more aggressive in his response. Do you think we're going to see an escalation in violence, or is he making an effort to pull himself back heading into elections?
I believe that his pollsters are telling him to avoid invasion into Gaza and to avoid footage of funerals of soldiers or people running to the shelters in Tel Aviv. This can really undermine his chances to re-win the premiership in less than 2 weeks. So he will probably use all his contacts, first and foremost with President Assisi of Egypt, who is working very hard, and the Qataris, who maybe will inject more money to Hamas to keep them away from giving Israel, too much trouble. So I see a kind of ongoing ceasefire and an attempt from Israel to avoid an escalation.
Unfortunately, we'll have to leave it there for time. Thank you for that. That's Akiva Eldar, a senior columnist with our Monitor Israel Pulse.